Well, hello there, good sir. We're doing a survey on what characters you want to see in the future of Xenoverse 2 DLC. So, why don't you list off a couple of characters, and I'll send it off to Bandai.
Now that you mention it, I think I have a couple of characters that I could recommend for y'all. So, I want Andrew21, I want Shallot, I want Giblet, I want Garlic Jr., I want Dr. Wheelo, I want Andrew19, Andrew20, I want
Okay.
Yamu, Blue Tanks, I want Master Roshi, I want Broly from Dragon Ball Super in the base form, I want Broly from Dragon Ball Z the base form.
Okay, sir, I think that's enough. Sir?
Alright, what is up? This is SLOplays, and I am back at it again with some more Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 in 2023. What content could they add to this game in terms of characters to make it finally feel complete, okay? This video is going to be showcasing, or at least displaying, every single possible character on my personal, I guess, wish list of characters that they could add before they can't really do much else with the game, right? As we are nearing DLC 16 release, just the potential final release of DLC for this game, I've been wondering and just kind of just speculating, like, what else could they add to this game before, you know, it's gonna be done? Like, I don't know, is there any other characters? And I found a very, very large list of characters that they still could add to this game. Some are a lot less likely than others, but let's go ahead and just jump on into my personal list here because we have a lot to be showcasing. So be sure to drop a like on this video if you guys are excited for another Xenoverse 2 based video, as always. And some of these characters could even be integrated into Xenoverse 3 in the future if they are ever going to be making that, you know what I mean? So let's go ahead and start it off from DLC 15 that we most recently had with Gamma 1, Gamma 2, and Superhero Gohan. So we know 100% confirmed that we are getting Orange Giga Chad Piccolo. This mod still kind of holds up as most accurate, I guess. not really, but we have a lot of, you know, screenshots and actual display of what Orange Piccolo looks like now. But he does have a shirtless version, which is kind of cool and stuff. And he does turn giant, and there even is the symbol on the back. So I know the chin and the Giga Chad look is still hilarious. It's, like I said, just the best mod that I could personally find that's just a standalone Orange Piccolo itself, okay? Moving on here, Gohan Beast, okay? Gohan Beast, let me know down in the comments, do you have any disbeliefs that Gohan Beast is going to be coming? Okay, I know it's Xenoverse 2, and I know we make jokes of, oh yeah, Dimps doesn't do, you know, what we want, and they're not going to do this, and people are thinking like it's going to be like Dokkan, where they're just not going to do it. Guys, they just recently released DBS Superhero Gohan, okay? Why the hell would they not be saving Beast Gohan for the final part? Especially when Orange Piccolo is coming, right? It only makes sense, okay? So those two characters, I feel like, pretty much guaranteed in this pack. Now, when it comes to other characters, I tried not to speculate too much further with any other characters in this, just because I don't really know. I don't know if they're gonna do Power Awakening Piccolo or DBS Superhero Little Kid Pan. I'm not even gonna get into that. We're gonna just stay strictly to what is legit full-on content, okay? Now, moving on. Dr. Wheelo. Shout out to my boy Matt for making this. I covered and showed this mod in the past. We have Dr. Wheelo in Budokai Tenkaichi, okay? I don't know if they would ever integrate this, but I mean, like, both him and Garlic Jr. or Super Garlic Jr. or whatever are two characters, the only two big main movie villains from the very first two movies that just don't get any representation in any of the games, okay? It's very, very rare that we see them in the games. We had them in the past, but for whatever reason, they never integrated it, okay? Now, these characters that I'm about to bring up, I feel like are not guaranteed, but they're the most likely, right, for if they're going to be doing more content, and that is Super Android 13, and a super villain version would be really cool as well. We have Android 13, Trucker Hat 13, who's in his base form or whatever, but we don't have Super Android 13, okay? So I'm like, what, why not? Now, I know people can make the argument as well with Android 14 and 15. I think that they could maybe have a small chance, but I don't know. I feel like if they're going to add anything from that movie, it's going to be Super Android 13, okay? Now, moving on here. Again, I don't know if they would ever do a base form DBZ Broly, but I'm just saying, like, if they're going to be, you know, scraping the bottom of the barrel, it would make sense. This is a really nice model, I believe created by Andrew, if I'm not mistaken, or Sackezo. My bad. It's one of those. I'll link them down below. Like I said, you'll see where you can download these for yourself. And this is a really good model. His face is perfect. Like, that that face right there looks exactly like what he looks like in the movie, okay? Now, moving on, again, just like Super Andrew 13, we have full power Bojack. Now, I have yet to see a more updated, like, Dragon Ball Legends type of version that's imported, but this is still a pretty good Bojack. It does use the DLC assets and, you know, expands upon it and everything. But yeah, full power Bojack in Super Android 13, I feel like, because they only have their base forms in the game, why not, right? Why not do their full-powered version just because they did full-powered Jiren recently, okay? Now we have Second Coming Broly. Honestly, not even necessary. If we do get a Broly from DBZ, it'll probably be the base form one. I don't know why they would add Second Coming, but still, skinny Super Saiyan Broly is still really cool, and the model's really nice, okay? Now, this one is, I would say 99% unlikely to ever happen in anything. We don't even have him in Dragon Ball Legends. I don't even think he was in Budokai Tenkaichi. Nobody likes Bio Broly, okay? And nobody would buy this. Okay, I would buy it just to see what he would have that would be unique. But yeah, nobody likes Bio Broly. You know, his big version is kind of cool because he's like a giant boss, but we know they're not going to do that shit. And there's even a supervillain version, okay, which is pretty cool. But yeah, Bio Broly, I would like to know, are there any Bio Broly fans in the comments? I'm sure maybe there's at least one person that would be like, hey, yeah, that'd be kind of cool. But no, nobody wants this character. I'm just saying, like, I'm just trying to add in characters to make it feel complete, like a complete roster that has everything from the movies that's important. DAB Super Broly, again, a very highly likely character to be integrated. I feel like Broly would sell very well. He's very popular. That movie just is money. It's a money maker, right? If they do add him, I would hope that he has the black shirt. But if they did add him, he'd probably have the armor. It'd probably be this version of Broly, right? I think this one is the most realistic version of him, okay? And we do have the Planet Vappa one, which is really cool. I'm not sure why his skin tone is different. I think it's because it was based on the official art. But still really nice. Big shouts to Far Knight and Fireman for creating that. Now, these, again, are kind of unlikely, but I'm just saying because we have Ribrianne and Kakunza and Rosie. Both of them are in Dragon Ball Legends, and they have, like, really unique skills and, like, kind of cool skills and stuff. Why not? You know, why not add them? Again, nobody's asking for them, and I don't think anybody would buy them except for me. They could, like I said, they could drop Goku on a toilet, and I would buy it because I wanted to see what they would do to these characters to make them unique or whatever. And I would have fun with them for, like, you know, a week, maybe less, and then I would get tired of it, just like everyone else. That's how DLC works, guys. Okay, it's just like Dragon Ball Legends. Okay, people get... Dokkan and Legends, people get tired of those units after like 1 second. Maybe not Dokkan because there's team building and stuff. But yeah, Kakunza and Rosie, let me know. Are there any Kakunza and Rosie fans down in the comments? Let me know. Now here, we are getting into the leftover Hero Vote characters that never got in. I'm still wondering, do they have these models like ready to go? Like, are these characters pretty much ready to go and they're just like, you know, left over and they want to integrate them in the future? I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, Bergamo and Android 18 DB Super, I think definitely have a one of the higher chances of being in the game because they were already listed as Hero Vote characters that they planned to make if they got in, right? I think that, like I said, those two still have a chance, okay? And this is, I'm like just starting this list. Like, look at how many characters could still have a chance of being DLC in the future before even like these characters can be in Xenoverse 2 and there's still going to be like a million characters that they can integrate in Xenoverse 3. Basil and Lavender, I do think definitely deserve a shot. Again, they're in Dragon Ball Legends. It's going to be kind of weird if we just get Bergamo and we never get them, but it could be the same case for like Kakunza and Rosie because, you know, I feel like Bergamo is that Universe 9 rep, right? He is like the main man, the kind of the face of that, you know, universe and stuff. So, yeah. Hey, I think it'd be pretty cool. And I just have to point this out again because this comment was so funny that I received several years ago. This dude said, nobody cares about Lavender. Oh, that's so sad. I know that. Show me in the comments. Are there any Lavender fans? There's got to be some, okay? I think Lavender's pretty cool. He's got, like, poison attacks. Now, this one... These again, I don't think they would add them as DLC characters separately. I feel like this would be more of something like, hey, they need to have this in the base version of Xenoverse 3, but hey, Xenoverse 2 likes to add previous weaker forms of characters as future DLC after they already have it. So, Caulifla and Kale base form, okay? Very, very surprised. To my surprise, they made a base form Kale playable in Dragon Ball Legends, okay? She was a little bit silly, but she was cool. Okay, Her green card is hilarious, by the way. So, yeah, base form versions of them that can transform would be nice, because we have Super Saiyan 2 versions of them that are standalone characters that I still think is kind of weird. But moving on, Berserk Kale, I think, has actually a pretty high chance just because she's Broly. She's basically, you know, a female Broly. People love the hulking Broly characters, and I was very surprised once again that we didn't get this version of Kale. So I think it'd be really cool. I would pay money for this, for a Berserk version of Kale, just to see what she would have. You know, what kind of moves could they have? And she did a lot of cool Broly type of moves and stuff, and maybe they can, you know, change it up. I don't know. I feel like move skill set wise, she would have a lot of reuse stuff, but it would just feel nice to have the bulky buff version of Kale. I love that form. It's cool. Base form Kefla. Okay, base form Kefla. We have Super Saiyan Kefla, so I feel like if she was Super Saiyan 2 Kefla, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, we have a chance. But yeah, this is more like something in Xenoverse 3, I feel like. But hey, I love the base form version of her. I like the base form version of Kefla more than her Super Saiyan form, because I like the eyes. The eyes and the hair. She just looks awesome, dude. She looks dope. Base form Topo. Would they add him? I don't know. He had that tornado move, I think, as his, what is it, his, I want to say green card, so they could do that. Or not green card, sorry. His 20 key special, if I'm not mistaken. They could do that, right? They could do that, right? The fact that we have all these other versions, we have everybody from Universe 11, like pretty much all the main dudes, right? And all their forms too. But we don't have the fat, you know, Lorax version of Topo. Moving on here. Dragon Ball The Breakers characters / forms that we never got. These should be free update characters. If you know, we have to pay for them, I will. But I'm just saying, second form Frieza, third form Frieza. These are actual models that are imported from Dragon Ball The Breakers, by the way. Okay, which is kind of cool. Shout out to DK for making these. Characters that don't really get talked about. I don't really see get talked about a lot. Android 19 and 20. They're in Dragon Ball Legends. They've been in previous games before, right? Why are they not in Xenoverse 2 yet? I'm surprised by that. You know what I mean? I think they'd be kind of cool. Just to, again, to make the roster feel complete. Semi-Perfect Cell is literally already in the game. Why the hell do we not have the ability to unlock him? I think that's dumb, okay? After we completed that Breakers collab, we should have just been able to unlock him and had him playable. Even though he doesn't really have anything new, it's cool because it's we have the Imperfect Cell. Okay, we have first form and final form, but not the middle brother, right? Silly. This is a Spopovich model that is imported from Dragon Ball The Breakers. Spopovich and Yamu, I don't know about them. This is a very old Yamu mod. It's not all that great. Unfortunately, I haven't seen anybody import the one from Breakers yet. But Spopovich, I don't know. Would anybody care about him? Again, he's already got a model in Dragon Ball Legends. Or sorry, not Dragon Ball Legends, my bad. Dragon Ball The Breakers, so why not, right? Why not? This is the Pure Evil Boo imported from Dragon Ball The Breakers. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool if we got this version of him. I'd like that. Boo Tanks, I don't know about him. I really don't. Maybe they could do a skill like an ultimate where it's like a combined Galactic Donut with Super Kamehameha combined like they have in Dragon Ball Legends. But I don't know. I think he just looks really cool. Boo with the vest I think it just looks dope. Shout out to GamerTree for this new model. It looks really nice. Now, these characters aren't necessary, but just because we got GT Vegeta, I was like, hey, you know, what if we got GT Goten? We need some type of teen adult Goten. We always have the kid version of Goten, but they never show any love to this version of him. Okay? And even if it's the DBS superhero one, End of Z one, I don't care. Give us an adult, you know, grown-up Goten. Because we have a grown-up Gohan, a grown-up Trunks. Like, it's kind of weird that Goten, he has grown-up versions of himself, and we just never get him playable. It's unfortunate. GT Gohan, again, nobody's asking for GT Gohan. We have about 1 million Gohans, but hey, they gave it to us. Great. Okay, I think that DB Super Bardock could actually be a character. He's cool. I think I just like the armor. Like, we already have the DBS Super armor, right? Now, when it comes to Gine, or Gine, however you want to pronounce it, I don't know. She's not necessary. She's not in any other game, to my knowledge, except for, I don't know, maybe she's in Dokkan. I can't remember. She's not even in Dragon Ball Legends, so it's like, we don't need her, but I'm just saying, maybe they'll do a pack and they'll have Bardock, DB Super, and Gine. That'd be kind of cool, right? Master Roshi. is, I would say he's 100, I can't even speak. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Not 100% guaranteed, but he's in the top 5 characters that are the most likely to be in this game as DLC in the future. We have him in Fighters. We have him in Tenkaichi. We have him in Legends. We have him in everything. DB, Super, Roshi, any type of Roshi in general. We have him in every game but Xenoverse 2, and it blows my mind. How did we get Ribrian before Master Roshi? Right? Like, how did we get Few before Master Roshi? This dude was here from the beginning of Dragon Ball. And he's still in Dragon Ball. And he's still kicking ass, right? Where is he? Where is he? Here's the Dark Talisman version by Zycoshin, which is kind of cool. Modeled by Keku, by the way. Really nice stuff. Little Kid Goku, I don't know what they could do to him. I mentioned that he could have the Power Pull Nimbus combo Awoken skill. I think that'd be amazing for him. But they could do it. I don't know. They could do it. King Piccolo! Not sure what they could really add to him, but hey, just to add it in the OG Dragon Ball characters. Now we're getting into video game exclusive characters. Android 21 with her million different variations and stuff for Evil. We have a good version with the blue eyes. We have the Cell Absorbed version. I think just the standard, this one right here. Oh, whoops, wrong one. Evil, Majin Android 21. That's all we need. That's all we need, right? It's such a unique look. It's the fan favorite. It's extremely popular. Do it. Shallot and Gibby. Okay, Shallot and Gibby. Talked about them a million times. They would do really well in Xenoverse 2. Just because most people, like I said, that who play Dragon Ball Legends also play Xenoverse 2, vice versa. You know what I mean? Like, people who play Xenoverse 2 know what's going on in Legends stuff, and I've seen so many people ask for Shallot, okay? Shallot and Giblet would be phenomenal. They'd be awesome. Same thing with his fusion, Shallot. Maybe we get all 3 of them. Maybe we get all 4 of them. Because Zaha is also a unique character that is exclusive to Dragon Ball Legends. That would be actually, he would be the most unique. He has 2 blades that have key blast attacks and they, sword slashes. Dual wielding character is really cool. Okay, he's a really cool character. Now these are, I just threw these in here just for fun. Okay, the rest of these characters are all thrown in here for fun. Not gonna happen. But I'm just saying because we have Future Mai or just Mai in Dragon Ball Legends as a playable character. And why not? And just to add in with the Dragon Ball characters, Launch, because Launch is playable, again, in Dragon Ball Legends. Now, these are Xenoverse 3 manga exclusive type of characters that maybe we'll see in the future for Xenoverse 3. But I don't know, it just depends. It really depends. I just feel like these forms and these characters are so popular, okay, in the community that people want them so badly, right? Okay, I would love to see, like I said, Ultra Ego Vegeta, Granola, Black Frieza, even Moro. Unfortunately, I could not find a good Moro mod, but you know what I mean. Just these manga type of characters. Moro is very popular. Like I said, the Black Frieza is very popular. Granola, Ultra Ego Vegeta. Like, we got to have them, right? We got to have them. So, let me know down in the comments, out of this entire list that I put out here, which character would you want to see the absolute most? I definitely think, in my opinion, Master Roshi. I think that's going to be my final pick. Master Roshi, I feel like he deserves to be in Xenoverse 2. I shouldn't have to wait until Xenoverse 3 to get this character, right? Master Roshi deserves that spot, in my opinion. But let me know down below. If there are any characters that I missed, comment down below as well. What other characters you would like to see that realistically could get future DLC in this game. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Like, subscribe, ring that notification bell. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
This is Broly, and you are watching SLOplays. Make sure to subscribe, or else I'll destroy your entire planet.